Now let us start the new topic, potential energy of a system of charges. Till now we are considering only a single charge and its potential energy. Now we will consider what will happen to potential energy if there are more than one charges. First let us see this diagram. So there is this charge Q1 and this charge Q2. Okay, there is a common origin. From this common origin, this is distance r1. Okay, this is point O where you consider 0, and the distance of this Q2 is r2. Okay, and the distance between them is r12. There could be another point P. There could be another point P at which we can find the potential. So the distance of this point P from this charge Q1 is R1P, and distance of this Q2 from this is R2P. So this is simple diagram. Two charges, distance from origin R1 and R2, distance between them R1, 2, and distance from P point R1P, R2P. This is our simplest diagram. So we, instead of one, we have two charges Q1 and Q2. So now let us see. So first, potential. If there is a potential due to first charge, so potential due to first charge is V1 is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught charge Q1 and distance from P point R1 P. So this is potential due to first charge. Now where R1P is the distance of a point P in space from location of Q1, that we have seen from the definition of potential. Work done in bringing charge Q2 from infinity to point R2 is Q2 times potential at R2 due to Q1. So what they are trying to say, suppose if there is only one charge, this is charge Q1, and there was no other charge, so there is no electric field. Since there was no other charge, there was no electric field, no other electric field, only its own electric field. Hence if we move this thing, there would be no work done. So work done due to Q1 is 0. Work done due to Q1 is 0. So if work done is 0, then that means potential energy is 0. Now let us bring another charge Q2. There is another charge Q2. We are bringing this another charge Q2. Now this Q2 will see the electric field due to this Q1. This Q2 will see an electric field due to Q1, because previously there was no electric field, and it will not have an effect of its own electric field. So total work done was 0. Hence its potential energy was also 0. So we can move it without doing any kind of work. Now we bring this charge Q2. So what would be the work done? So work done on Q2 is simply this 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into this potential. So potential, this work done was simply, so what was work done? This was work done which can be stored in potential energy, and what was potential was simply delta U by Q. So Q is here Q2. So if we multiply this Q2 V, so we can get the work done. Same we have done. So we have taken this potential V1 and multiplied by Q2. So it is same, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 upon R12. Now the distance has been changed. Distance has become R12 and another charge Q2. So this is the work done, and this is the energy stored in the system of charges, where R12 is the distance between point 1 and 2, this Q1 and Q2. Since electrostatic forces are conservative, these works get stored in forms of potential energy. Thus the potential energy of the system is U is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R12. So this was the potential energy of system of charges. This was nothing but we have brought another charge, and distance between them is R12. So we will understand it more more in the next example when we bring three charges, so it would be much more clear. So obviously if Q2 was brought first, the potential present location, that means they are trying to say if we brought Q2 first, then work done due to Q2 must be equal to 0. If we brought Q2 first, then work done due to Q2 must be 0. Then what would be the potential? The potential would be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q2 upon R2. Okay. As soon as we bring test charge 1, so this will become R12 or R21, both are same. Both are same. Whether you take distance R12 or R21, both are same. So again, this potential will be converted into potential energy as soon as we bring another charge. So this remains same. So they are trying to say whether we bring charge 1 first or charge 2 first, work will be same and it is path independent. So it is path independent. Why? Because there is only R in the formula, not the direction of R. Now this equation 2.22 is true for any sign of Q1 and Q2. Why it is true for any sign of Q1, Q2? Let us say if this first charge is positive. First charge is positive, definitely for first charge the work done is 0. If we bring second charge, let us say that one is positive, then we have to do some work. That means work is positive, potential energy must be positive. See here, Q1 is positive, Q2 is positive, hence this potential energy is here positive. Now let us see if there is another negative charge, what will happen? So if there is negative charge, so negative charge, for negative charge we don't need to do some work, it will automatically attract towards this side, hence work done is negative and potential energy must be negative. See, if Q1 is positive, Q2 is negative, this will come as negative. Similarly, if we take negative charge here, this one is negative, this one is also negative, then we have to do some work, work done is positive, negative, negative, this will also become positive. So this formula is true for all the cases. So the work done will store as potential energy, or simply we can say that if there is no charge, so bringing for first charge, there is no potential energy on this charge. If there was no charge present, there was no charge, then potential due to this was V. Potential due to this charge was V, but there was no potential energy because work done was 0. But as soon as we bring second charge, this second charge, this was Q1 and this is Q2. So there would be a work done because of this another charge, and the work done is simply QV. This is QV. We have just added another charge multiplied by the potential of first charge, so that is the work done, so which will be stored as potential energy. Hence the potential energy of a system of charges is two charges is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R12, the distance between them. Now let us take the case of three charges. So there is first charge Q1, another charge Q2, third charge Q3. Let us take a point here. This point is origin. So the distance of this first charge is R1. Okay, same as before. The distance of this point 2 is R2, and the distance of this third point is R3. And now the distance between them. Now the distance, let us see what are the distances between them. So from 1 to 2 R12, from 1 to 3 R13, and from 2 to 3 R23. So these are the distances between them. So let us consider this case, what will happen in this case, then this thing will be more clear to you.